Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. His land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Hi! You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
You want a sports degree that is beyond the game? A degree that immerses you from day one and launches you into the business side of sports. With a sports management major from IUPUI's School of Health and Human Sciences, you'll have insider access to sports professionals and will learn from faculty with years of teaching and industry experience. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to launch your sport industry career.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight, that's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Oh, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time. To pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you'll have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Mortgage Group. I've been teaching here at Guerin Catholic for 13 years. I've been assistant coach also for 13 years. And I think it's important in today's world that we have young people growing up with the morals and values of faith-based education.
Hello, I'm Dwayne Thompson with Integrity Mortgage Group, and I support Guerin Catholic High School because I'm good friends and business partners with assistant coach Tommy Mascari, and any chance I have to support a Christ-centered education for today's youth, I take advantage of that opportunity and support in any way I can with my time, effort, volunteering, funds, and commercials like these.
Together we soar.
Guerin Catholic Sports on IndianaSRN.
Where you're always in the game.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Bethesda Christian High School as we bring you high school basketball on this Friday night. The Patriots of Bethesda Christian coming in at 8-1 on the season. They'll be hosting the Athenians of Crawfordsville. They've won their last 7. They are 8-2. Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group, building better futures one story at a time. Bertner Electric, your licensed and experienced electricians serving Central Indiana. IUPUI Sports Management, a lifetime of sport with a winning degree. Also by Piper Logistics, 3 service, 1 solution. And Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown farm equipment dealer. Thanks for being with us. It's another busy night of high school basketball here on IndianaSRN as we bring you a great matchup. At least we hope it'll be a great matchup. Record-wise says it will be. Clark, I'll tell you what, it's 2 different teams, though, when you look at style, and 2 different teams when you look at the size on one side and the speed and the quickness on the other.
You're exactly right, Troy. You have Crawfordsville, very veteran ball club, senior-laden team, starting all seniors tonight. Have some really big guys in the post and 6'4" and 6'3", going up against Bethesda Christian. Young, talented team. Likes to play on the perimeter, kind of that modern-day basketball style. Should be a nice chess match with the coaches to see which style is going to be leading throughout the game.
Well, this Athenians basketball team, they lose 2 games early. In fact, at one point in the season, they were 1-2. Since then, they've ripped off 7 straight wins, and they are playing really good basketball right now, including a couple of tournament wins, very close games against 2 good teams in North Montgomery. That was a 45-42 overtime win, and then they beat a good Southmont team, 41-40, so they're winning close ball games.
Winning close ball games, and that builds confidence as you head toward the end of the season. I believe Southmont in North Montgomery, that was the second matchup with North Montgomery. Mm-hmm. That Southmont victory, I think Southmont was undefeated going in. We had them earlier in the year. Really nice team. So speaks a lot of Crawfordsville, speaks a lot of that senior leadership that they have to be able to pull out those close games. Those guys have had a lot of basketball under their belt, and they feel confident down the stretch in some of those tight ball games.
You know, Crawfordsville had actually 3 close games in a row. You go back to that Speedway game right before the Christmas break. They won that one by 2, so they've had 3 very close games. But also you look back at some of the other contests. They've been on the road 4 times this year, so they know how to win on the road. In fact, the one loss they had was at Lebanon, so going on the road and winning is not a big problem for them.
And again, I think that draws back to being in that senior-laden ball club that they have. Again, all that experience, a lot of times playing together, playing since you were, 5th and 6th grade elementary all the way up through high school. You're going to know tendencies and where everybody's going to be, and that's just going to give you confidence in those tight ball games.
Ian Hensley, undoubtedly the leader of this ball club, though they have 6 different players who are averaging 6+ points per ball game, but everything really starts around Hensley.
Boy, and when I've watched him on film, Troy, he's scrappy. He just plays hard. He has a real knack for the ball, and he makes plays for others. He can knock down the open 3. He can get the ball to the basket. He's not afraid to go in and get rebounds. He's 6'5", but yet not your traditional post player. He's got a really nice game.
Talk about the 2 bigs, Hernandez and Wallace, 2 guys that are really big and bulky down low.
They are. They're both 6'3", they're 6'4", but they're both muscular big guys, and that's where Crawfordsville is going to get their paint touches. It's not from a drive. It's more from a post-entry pass where you're getting that usually from the wing. Those guys are good at rebounding. They're going to set good screens. They're going to, can be a big difference. Get those garbage baskets, those putback baskets that can really help the team.
You had mentioned to me off the air, kind of reminds you of the old Detroit Pistons guys down there that just do a lot of the dirty work, and they might be doing it tonight.
It's what they remind me of when I've watched them on film. They just, they're not featured in their offense, but they're there to get screens. They're going to do whatever it takes to win the game.
Tell you what we'll do. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Patriots. We want to lose them in all of this because they, by the way, coming into this one at 8-1, fresh off a loss on the road at Tipton. We'll talk about the Patriots next. This is high school basketball on IndianaSRN. Back here at Bethesda Christian High School, the Patriots, as we talked about a little bit before we went to break, are 8-1. And Clark, you look at their games this year, they end up losing to that Tipton team. But you go to Tipton, a lot of people lose there. But they've won 8 of their ball games. What do you see in the Patriots this year?
Boy, they're a young team, and what I've noticed is that really they play fearless. They fly around and they just play hard. They're not afraid to mix up their defenses. They get in the passing lane. A lot of times defensive pressure can lead to easy offensive transition and easy baskets. They like to play a modern-day style in the half court. You know, they like that drive and kick, 5 out. They don't have a traditional post player like you see in Crawfordsville. They're not going to have those big bodies out there, so they're going to get those close paint touches by trying to create a mismatch on the perimeter and using their athleticism to get to the paint. If there's help that on that drive, then they can kick it out for an open 3, and they've got some really good knockdown shooters.
When you look at their schedule, might this be the biggest game they've had from a standpoint? And they played some good teams this year, but Crawfordsville might be the best.
I agree with you. I think it is, and that would be another question. How's this team going to respond after their first loss?
Yeah.
Right? They just lost their first game to Tipton, as we talked about. And so a young team, are they going to be able to respond and bounce back and have that short memory, or will it bleed into this game?
We'll get the keys to this one coming up in a few moments. I want to remind you there are a couple other games to watch for tonight on IndianaSRN. The Girls City Alliance Championship game, Chittard and Cathedral, is going on tonight. And we also have another big ball game, Covenant Christian and Guerin Catholic. That game taking place up in Noblesville. Both those games again here on IndianaSRN. Want to remind you tomorrow, in fact, I am pretty sure that our producer is so excited about getting up early in the morning to be at the Circle City Wrestling Championships. It starts at 9. He has to be there at 6. He couldn't wait to tell us he was going to be there.
He was ecstatic. He's got his popcorn ready for tonight, and he's ready for his coffee in the morning.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, there are some really big games going on tonight. I know we're going to talk about these, I'm sure, throughout the entire evening, but you look at some of the games tonight, including a Brownsburg-Fishers matchup. You also have Lafayette, Jeff Anderson, Fort Wayne, Snyder, Homestead. A lot of big boys games coming up tonight.
A lot of huge games, and we're about that halfway point, right? So coaches can kind of gauge on what works well. You can do one of those self-assessments, a self-scout to see, okay, this is what we're doing really well, this is what maybe we need to improve on, and make those improvements as you're moving toward the final push here at the end of the year.
And, of course, the Marion County Tournament continuing. Southport will play at North Central, and then you got that big Ben Davis matchup against Indianapolis Pike, number 11 against number 10. That'd be a fun one to watch.
That's some really good basketball. That's a lot of high-level basketball, big, fast pace, a lot of big bodies in that game. That should be a good contest tonight at Southport Fieldhouse.
Yeah, I want to mention, too, some of the girls' matchups tonight. Brownsburg is at Fishers. Fort Wayne Snyder, they're 13-2. They're playing at Homestead, who is 16-1. That Benton Central team, they're 20-0. They play Lafayette Central Catholic at 15-3. And then Noblesville, they've won 15 of 18. At Zionsville, they've won 14 of 19.
Yeah, and the Noblesville, the Shade Girl just signed with UConn this week. So that'll be a great matchup with those two teams. A lot of great matchups, and especially look at the girls' season coming down to the end of the stretch and sectionals here just around the end of the month.
Yeah, just a couple of weeks left. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back. Starters coming up. The tip-off coming up as well. This is high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. His land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Back once again here at Bethesda Christian High School. I want to remind you this broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, videos, and audio without the expressed written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. Here's how the Athenians will line up tonight. We mentioned they come in at 8-2. They've won 7 in a row. Zaire Morgan will get the start tonight. He's a 5'10 senior wearing number 3. Alex Kellerman, a 6'4 senior, number 5. Ian Hensley, 6'5 and a senior, averaging 14.6 points per game. He wears number 11. Alex Hernandez is a 6'4 senior. He wears number 34. And Makai Wallace, a 6'3 senior, averaging 7.9 points and 6 rebounds per game. He wears number 44. On the other side for the Bethesda Christian Patriots tonight, Isaac Malkin is a 6'1 sophomore. He wears number 0. Carter Thornton, a 6' senior. He wears number 2. Sam Malkin is a sophomore. He wears number 3 tonight. He, and along with his brother Isaac, getting the start. Luke Stuckey, the junior, number 11, starts, and Jamison Chapman, number 22, will start tonight also for the Patriots. Well, let's talk about the keys to this one. You mentioned 2 different styles here. One team senior-laden, the other team relatively young and quick. What do you see happening tonight?
Well, Troy, just looking at, like we said, looking at the roster, I think the biggest question is how will Crawfordsville react defensively to Bethesda Christian's offense? That spread out offensive attack, 5 out, not a traditional post player. And how will Crawfordsville then react to, or Bethesda react to Crawfordsville's size? They go 6'4", 6'4", 6'5", 6'3", in their starting lineup. Rebounding is going to be a big key, limiting Crawfordsville to only 1 chance. And Crawfordsville is going to want those second chance opportunities as well. So I think that could be a big key and a big factor in tonight's ballgame.
Well, you see the big guy in the middle. That's Makai Wallace, 6'3", and his senior, number 44. He'll jump it up against Jamison Chapman. Chapman in the white uniform. That, of course, the Patriots will be in the white with the blue team, that being the Athenians here this evening. We're waiting for the official to officially toss the ball up, and we'll be ready to get this one underway here this evening. One team looking, in fact, both teams looking for their 9th win of the year. The tip is actually won by the Patriots, but eventually it is run down by the Athenians, and we are underway here tonight from Bethesda Christian. Already mentioned we'll see a man-to-man defense here tonight by the Patriots. Entry pass, shot fake, pull up no by Hernandez. Hernandez gets the offensive rebound and then lays it in.
Right away, Troy, you see Crawfordsville on the attack. Going to that post, had a little high-low action. Nice seal there by Hernandez. Didn't finish, but was able to get his own rebound and put it back.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you mentioned the rebounding could be a big key, and you see the size of Hernandez in there. He's really big. And then look at the other side, Wallace out on the top of this zone.
Yeah, and I think that's a good move by the Crawfordsville coaching staff to negate some of that perimeter speed. You go zone, play in spots, and they're throwing them off with a little kind of a 1-2-2, 3-2 kind of look. And this length from Crawfordsville, they're going to be able to try to extend that and get out in some passing lanes.
Yeah, you can see how far they've extended that defense. And right now, Bethesda having a difficult time finding a shot. That 3 there by That is Sam Malkin, and he can't get it to go, so one and done there for the Patriots. So back again for the Athenians. On the road for the 5th time this year. They'll work it down low. The big fella, the other big fella, that's Wallace, and all of a sudden you have a 40-0 lead, both big guys inside.
Yeah, same play, just a simple down screen to get Hensley the ball, and then the big guys are just interchanging across screen and then come up and do a high-low. So if they don't get it off the cross screen, they get a high-low. I'd like to see Bethesda try to dribble and get into some of these gaps here in this half-court offense. What the worst thing you could do against the zone is just stand.
And that's what's happening a lot right now, isn't it? I mean, there's just not a whole lot of movement.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to get used to the type of zone. Most common zone we see most of the time is a 2-3, so getting used to that 3-2 look. There we had a nice ball movement, and we have a knockdown 3 there.
Yeah, that was Jamison Chapman hitting the 3, and boy, that really opened things up. They got the defender out front to suck down.
Yeah,
there.
You got some dribble penetration. You had to have people collapse, and you get 2 people guarding 1 person, and then there's your mismatch.
Lob down underneath, intended for Wallace, and we have a jump ball. Good job defensively there by Chapman, and the possession error will go in favor of the Patriots.
A good scrappy defense there by Jameson Chapman. He's going to be undersized, so he's going to have to use his quickness. That was one of the things that me personally, when I played, as being 6'4", I didn't like someone smaller guarding me.
There's your pesky,
Right, they are. You got to make sure you're filling somebody as a post player. And,
that's right.
And if I can't fill them, then I didn't know where they were at.
Here's a shot from the left wing. That'll be good. Luke Stuckey hitting the 3, and the Patriots now take a 6-4 lead.
And that's what Luke Stuckey does. He is a knockdown shooter. If he gets his feet set, gets his shoulders square, he can knock down shots.
Let's see what the Athenians can do now. This is their 3rd opportunity, and that's going to be a turnover. The ball hit off the back of the backboard.
Zaire Morgan just kind of got caught in the baseline, picked up his dribble, and didn't have anywhere to go.
Well, look at the chase, and there's your 3. That's a beautiful shot right there by Chapman. That was the previous 3, the first 3 of the ball game tonight for the Patriots. So the 3rd possession now for the Patriots here tonight, as we've hit under the 5-minute mark in this opening quarter of play. So far, Chapman and Stuckey with 3s. The drive on the baseline, reverse layup, no good by Carter Thornton, his first attempt of the night. And here is Crawfordsville. Entry pass underneath. It'll be Hernandez. He's going to get fouled and go to the line for 1.
A nice run in the floor there in their transition game. They ran their transition offense. Wallace caught the ball, was able to, again, have that high-low opportunity. Nice attacking the basket there by Crawfordsville and getting the and 1.
It'll be Isaac Malkin there making the first foul of the ball game tonight for the Patriots, and the free throw is good. And I don't think there's any doubt about it what we have seen offensively at Crawfordsville. Pound it.
That's their strength between this matchup, and so they're going to try to utilize that as best they can.
3 no good by Jamison Chapman. We'll head back the other way as you see Morgan will bring it across the timeline. Here is Kellerman, downtown 3, and Kellerman just blew my whole theory out of the water right there, and pound, he hits a 3.
That might have been 4.
No kidding. He was way out there. There's a 3 no good, as Sam Malkin can't get it to go, and we have a whistle and a foul at the other end. The ball was intended for Wallace. Well, maybe on Sam Malkin on the foul. Yeah, it's volleyball line there.
Yeah, he can attack the net in volleyball from that position too.
He could.
But that's the advantage of having good post play, because that's going to suck the defense down, and that's going to open up the perimeter.
I don't know about you. I'd been scared to shoot it from that far out. There's a nice drive and a bucket good by Hensley.
I may have needed 2 shots, or Mother May I step to get it closer.
And we have a whistle, and that will be a timeout. It'll be a full timeout for the Patriots. We'll take a timeout as well, as Crawfordsville opening up a 6-point lead. This is high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
There you see some of the young fans here tonight for the Bethesda Christian Patriots. I'm sure many of them we'll see at the high school level here relatively soon. Tell you what, you look back at what you've seen in Crawfordsville, and if they can get that outside-inside game going, then we just saw that 3 moments ago from Kellerman, and we haven't really seen Hensley get on fire yet. Boy, they can really be good.
And add to that the rebounding that they have with size, that they can get out in transition and push the ball as well. Boy, it's a nice combination. You can tell why this team is 8-2. They're well coached. Now they've mixed up their defenses and they've gone to man-to-man. So really good stuff here by Crawfordsville.
So far, we've only seen 1 turnover between these 2 ball clubs. As you see, there's a travel. I just said,
jinx.
I jinxed them. There you go.
Kiss.
So for Bethesda Christian, that is their first turnover tonight. As we come up on the 3-minute mark here in the opening period of play. So far, Stuckey and Chapman, a couple of threes for Bethesda Christian. Alex Hernandez leading the way right now for the Athenians. He has 5. But Hensley hasn't gotten going really so far yet. He's only taken the 1 shot. That was the 3-pointer. And there's the second turnover. Is that ball thrown out of the reach of Hernandez?
Yeah, Hernandez went to post. They did a little side pick and roll there, and he went to the post, just kind of got caught off his heels. Morgan was trying to throw it away from the defense. Maybe could have got a little closer, but tough play and nice turnover there for Bethesda to maybe capitalize here.
A little more size here for Bethesda Christian is DeMonte Ferguson at 6'4" will enter the lineup. He is their tallest player on the floor right now, might be their tallest player on the entire roster. That is Ferguson right there with the basketball. Malgin will bring it out front. That is Isaac Malgin. Cross over to the left hand, and nothing there for Stuckey. And once again, it'll be Ferguson off the drive, and basket good, and he's fouled. And that'll be the first foul on Wallace, and we'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, that's the disadvantage if you're Crawfordsville of playing man-to-man. You get these modern-day basketball. Here you get Ferguson, a nice inside-outside dribble, stays with the left hand, goes strong, not worrying about the foul, and goes up strong and is able to absorb the foul, and then almost completes the three-point play.
He does miss the free throw, so the lead will stay at 4. So far, clean ball game. We mentioned just now 3 turnovers and only 3 total fouls between the 2 teams. And for the Athenians with the basketball once again, entry pass stolen away. That's stolen by Sam Malgin. Back the other way, off-balance shot no good. Ball loose on the baseline, and it'll be picked up by Crawfordsville as we head the other way.
Troy, that last possession, Bethesda went to more of a zone, and I didn't think they communicated very well there, but they was able to get that turnover.
By the way, that is Wallace able to get the basket, and he'll go to the line. So Reed Ferguson, who's checked into the ball game for the Patriots, picks up the foul. Do want to mention that Gavin Kenny is also checked in for Crawfordsville. And Wallace at the free throw line will complete the 3-point play. He, along with Hernandez, 10 of the 15 points.
Where you're going, where your bread's buttered, right?
Exactly. And until they stop it, I just keep going there.
That's the strength of their team. So now they're back to a man-to-man here on defense. Let's see if Bethesda can get that matchup in an isolation.
7-point lead, biggest lead so far of the ball game. Baseline drive as Malgin. Here's another drive from the left side, short by Stuckey, and the rebound for Crawfordsville coming away with it will be Kenny, and then he turns it over. Back the other way, turnover, layup good by Sam Malgin.
Nice anticipation. Sam Malgin just read the eyes of the ball handler there, able to get in that passing lane and create some easy offense. Cut into that lead.
Third turnover now for the Athenians. They'll have the basketball. Down to 1:10 remaining, and we've got an offensive foul called. I think they ended up getting Wallace on the moving screen.
Yeah, just moving screen, didn't get his feet set. Good call by the official.
Now, I got to ask you, though. Think about it when that's the turnover we saw a little bit ago. I've said this so many times that I think sometimes it's the guard's fault because he's going too far off the screen, and that big guy, though he should stay still, he has a tendency to float with him.
You're 100% correct. Yeah, the guard has to. We always were told shoulder to shoulder.
Exactly.
Right. Go off the screen or shoulder. That way, there's no separation, and that eliminates that.
Well, I tried to tell Keith that last night. He argued with me. All those guys got to stand still. After the miss. Back once again for Crawfordsville. They're going to work it down low. They'll go right to the big guy, but it's blocked out of bounds and last touched by the Patriots. But nice defense there by Jamison Chapman.
Yeah, stood his ground and it just kind of walled up, didn't come down. That would be a common foul that you see when a lot of times Wallace jumping into the defender and that gets that defender's arms to come down and create a foul. He was able to stay vertical.
Off the entry, missed shot there by Hensley. That's a rare miss that close for Hensley at 6'5". So now we're down to a final 35 seconds remaining. Let's see if turnover right there, number 2 on the Patriots. Back the other way, the layup good as Kenny gets his first basket of the night. So now 7-point lead once again. See what the Patriots will do here with their final opportunity of this opening period of play. Every time they've gotten down by 7 or so, they've been able to battle back. And we've got a whistle and a foul. That's going to be on the floor, and that will go against Gavin Kenny. Just his first.
Yeah, Sam Mulligan was wanting a little NBA continuation there, but he got to the middle of the paint. He was able to get that way off the bounce. That's the whole philosophy of the offense here for Bethesda is to be able to create those mismatches, get inside the paint. A nice-looking 3 there.
Yeah, from the right wing, that'll be Sam Mulligan. Hits his first three-pointer, and the long shot at the buzzer. That's going to do it for the opening period of play. The Patriots and the Athenians. Right now, 17-13, Crawfordsville on top. This is high school basketball on IndianaSRN. We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want. Well, the Patriots within 4. The one change that you saw in that Crawfordsville defense, something that you might address a little bit, they got out of the zone, went to man. It seemed like maybe the Patriots, with their quickness, had a little more success.
I think so. I think they had some more confidence in it because they're used to that. And that's where they have the advantage in tonight's game. They have that quickness. Even when you look at DeMonte Ferguson, their 6'4", who's their tallest player, he's getting rebounds and dribbling up the court. You don't see that with the Crawfordsville big guys.
Entry pass. Nothing there. The kick out. Morgan working around the perimeter. Wide open 3 from the right wing, and that'll be Alex Kellerman, his second 3. He has 6.
Good ball movement. Nice job by Zaire Morgan not keeping the ball in his hands. He was able to move the ball quickly, and Kellerman was able just to knock it down.
So it'll be Patriots basketball. Again, they've seen that number 7 in the deficit back on the board once again. As you see Ferguson with the basketball out front. Carter Thornton is checked back into the ball game now for the Patriots. He controls the ball. Bounce pass will find Mulligan. It goes out of bounds and a turnover. That's number 3 on the Patriots.
Good help side there by Zaire Morgan. Slid over, got in front of the defender, and was able to knock it off his leg.
Here's the good ball move we talked about moments ago on the wide open 3 at the other end by Kellerman. We've seen both teams do a nice job moving the basketball as they're working underneath, and a traveling call against Wallace. That was a tough call.
It was a tough call. I thought his right foot he established as his pivot foot, and he dribbled. The referee thought he dragged that foot before he put the ball down and called a travel.
4 turnovers now for Crawfordsville, just 3 tonight for Bethesda Christian as we've gotten into the 7-minute mark here in period number 2. Carter Thornton working the point as he receives the ball back again, drives down the lane. It is stripped out of his hands, and Crawfordsville thought it went off his leg. In fact, 2 of the officials said no, it did not. So we're going to stay right here.
Sam Malkin does a nice job of just getting into the paint. He's really elusive with his dribble. Nice job of adjusting his speeds. You change speeds, you can get by a lot of people. It doesn't matter if you're slow to slower, right? But if you change speeds, it's going to throw that defender off guard.
Here's a nice crossover by Ferguson, but he gets blocked and quickly back the other way, and the reverse layup is good by Hernandez. Or is that number 24? That's going to be number 24 instead on the bucket. Take another look at it.
Yeah, great help side. There's that side. Alex Kellerman came over to block, but what a gutsy pass by Hensley, and what a great catch and finish. A nice transition offense to extend this lead for Crawfordsville. A nice second quarter run here. Give him a 6-0 run here to start the quarter.
Yeah, and their biggest lead now at 9. They can make it 10 right here, and they will. That is the third and one they've had here in the first half, and again, the lead at 10.
And knocking down their free throws, 3 for 3.
They sure are. They're playing very well here in the first half, and there's a takeaway. Nice steal by Hensley. And we'll head back the other way, drive down the lane. Offensive foul this time against Crawfordsville.
The block charge. That's a tough call.
It's tough. You got to make it bang, bang.
And I thought number 24, I thought he tried to jump to the side because it looked like Ferguson had already established position. Looked like he tried to jump to avoid it. The official thought he caught enough of Ferguson to give him the block or the charge call.
And with the offensive foul, that is a turnover as well. So 5 turnovers now for Crawfordsville as we're under the 6-minute mark. Wide open 3. The shot no good by Malkin. That is Sam Malkin, the sophomore. And the rebound by Hensley. This is Morgan now with the basketball as though we're in that flex offense. A lot of screening and moving, and the ball loose on the floor, and the turnover. Once again, number 6 now for Crawfordsville as we head the other way. Ball knocked out of bounds, last touched by the Athenians.
And one thing I've noticed, Troy, here in this second quarter is that Crawfordsville is alternating Alex Hernandez and Micaiah Wallace at different times. That's why they're able to go man-to-man and only have one of their bigs in there at the same time. They've got enough length with Hensley and Kellerman that I think they can get away with that and still be dominant on the defensive end and on the rebounding.
Now, right now, the Patriots looking at a near 3-minute drought. They have not scored so far in the quarter. Here's a shot from the wing, and this time they'll get Sam Malkin to stop that. In fact, they did go nearly 3 minutes, and Malkin now is 8.
Yeah, his second three, he was able to, that driving kick offensive movement that the Patriots like to utilize.
Good entry underneath. This is Hensley, draws the double team, takes it in the lane, and a foul call again on the Patriots.
Hensley had great control there. That would have been a lot of people would have rushed that. He got double teamed. Instead, he took his time, and the double team left, and he was able to go and kind of spin middle and create a foul. I thought that was a good play there by Hensley, just to control himself and not go too fast.
Yeah, Hensley at the free throw line now has 3, and we will see another change as Gavin Kenny will come back into the lineup now for the Athenians. 24-16. Second free throw is up and missed, and there's an offensive rebound for Hernandez.
I thought Kellerman was going to pull that. He was inside the volleyball line.
That pull-up jumper rolls off the iron and in for the rebound, and a foul on the floor, and it's going to go against the Patriots once again. That was a nice offensive rebound by Hensley.
Hensley does a lot of little things. I mean, he was in the passing lane and got a steal. There he's in the right spot to get an offensive rebound. So he's got a nose for the ball and being in the right spot.
Great job there by Hernandez faking the handoff, and then he commits the foul on the rebound, but that was a pretty nice play right there.
Yeah, good ball handling move there by Hernandez, and he missed the shot and kind of get aggravated and try to go after the rebound and reach over and you get the foul. That happens a lot more than it shouldn't, but it does.
By the way, Wallace back in for Hernandez. Clark had mentioned a little bit ago how they're kind of rotating in and out, so they have a lot of fouls to give. And right now Wallace has 2. So it will be Patriot basketball. Drive with the left hand, a lot of contact underneath as Sam Morgan will go to the floor, and he'll go to the line as well for 2.
Nice take by Sam Morgan. He's got the only points so far for Bethesda this quarter, and that corner 3, get him to the free throw line, see that ball go through the net some more, continue to gain confidence in your offensive game.
This is only the second time the Patriots have gone to the free throw line tonight. They're now 1 of 2. 9 points now for Sam Morgan. Can get the Patriots back to within 6 right here, and he will.
Nice looking free throw. On your toes, bend your knees, good rotation. Nice job, Sam.
So right now, every time that you think Crawfordsville might get a little breathing room, Bethesda comes right back. Kenny picks up his dribble way outside the three-point line. The entry underneath Kellerman and another turnover. That's number 7. Outlet the other way. Basket good, and there's Morgan again.
And change the defense for Bethesda to that 1-3-1. Threw enough wrinkle that threw Crawfordsville off. Got a turnover, led to a transition, an easy basket. There you see the turnover. Nice outlet, and Morgan able to finish with the right hand. Gets the crowd off their feet.
And we're going to take a timeout, a full timeout right here. This is high school basketball in IndianaSRN.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
We have a ball game going right here just under the 4-minute mark in period number 2. Crawfordsville had built a double-digit lead. It is now down to 4, and they force now 7 turnovers for Crawfordsville, and the Athenians needed a timeout.
And Troy, I think you said it perfectly earlier. It just seems like Bethesda always has an answer. They get down 7 or 8 and make some plays and get back in within 1 or 2 possessions.
That 15-footer missed by Morgan, back the other way. Quick transition, and the layup good by Stuckey, and all of a sudden it's a 2-point ball game.
Cherry picking.
Boy, you love it, huh?
Well, you get it out and go, right? You secure that rebound, you send someone down the sideline, get an easy transition basket.
Foul call there against Morgan. That'll be a second. You know, the thing you like about it, though, Clark, is that if you have the ability to do it, use that in your arsenal, then they can't play that half-court big defense at all.
Absolutely. That's playing to your strengths and your advantage, right? And so that's something that they're going to continue to do. If they're able to control that defensive rebound and get that outlet pass, it's going to be there, and they can use that to their advantage.
By the way, that is Alex Kellerman at the free throw line, as he now has 7. He's averaging 7.7 points per ball game. We mentioned there are 6 players that average 6+ points per game for this Crawfordsville team, and they're very successful at the line so far tonight.
You know, that just shows you how unselfish that most of those guys are, too, to have that much sharing the sugar, so to speak, right? Everyone kind of gets their points and stays happy and gets their shots, and that's a good trait to have for a ball team.
Well, and if you're looking at Crawfordsville right now, Sam Morgan is out of the ball game of those 2 fouls, so perhaps you can take advantage right here. Great drive by Ferguson in the miss.
Yeah, where are those points going to come from now from Bethesda?
Somebody else will have to step up. That is Morgan, and he can't hold on to it. 8 turnovers now for Crawfordsville, and great defense on the other side.
Nice ball pressure by Carter Thornton. Then he takes it all the way to the basket.
He shot that one with the left hand on the right side. I usually think that's a no-no. Try to use that body to protect, right?
Get that body to protect you, maybe even draw a foul. You get that body between the ball and the defender.
Boy, near travel right there for Hensley. Here's a three from downtown, and that one, it had to go probably 18. It went 17.
With the volleyball line, he drilled one earlier, so you can't say it's a bad shot. I almost kind of wondered if it got partially tipped on the release, but just a little wide.
So now it will be Patriots basketball. They got to within 2. We're coming up on the 2-minute mark.
And I like the run and jump trap.
Yeah, Wallace coming out there at the top. Here's a three from the left wing. That is good. That is going to be Jamison Chapman, his second three-pointer.
Oh, and he makes him pay and cuts it to 1. Nice play by Bethesda, and then Chapman gets his hand on the steal.
9 turnovers now for Crawfordsville. Good look at Ferguson. The crossover gets cut off. Nice defense there by Corsi. Here's a downtown three from the top. That's going to be missed by Chapman, but an offensive rebound, and Patriots will get another opportunity.
I think that might have been a heat check there. He'd made 2 or 3 really nice plays in a row. That was a heat check. If that one went down, let him shoot the next one, too.
From anywhere.
Anywhere. Go get some popcorn and fire it.
Exactly. Patriots are going to get a timeout right here. Let's see if this will be a full or a 30. Looks like it'll be a 30. Want to remind you, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Serenity Care Services, your Indiana licensed service agency. They're friendly and experienced, and a team of caregivers you have been seeking. Make sure you call Angela today at 317-900-6206. Serenity Care Services, serving Indianapolis and the 5 surrounding areas. I'll tell you what, give Bethesda a lot of credit, because it wasn't just a couple of minutes ago. They're down by 10, and take a look at this possession here.
Yeah, they're able to absorb the double team. Nice possession, good ball reversal. And Chapman gets his feet set, knocks his second three down from about that same position. He went down on the other end on the following possession and made a nice steal in the post. A good little sequence of events there for Jamison Chapman.
Ball knocked out of bounds as the Patriots inbounding. So they call the timeout right here. What do you think they were talking about in the timeout? Because that's a long time to hold the basketball here at the end of the second.
Yeah, I just think they want to make sure that they're going to get something that they want to run. Maybe they want to get Chapman a shot since he's hit a couple of threes here, or when you got Sam Mulligan out of the ball game. So, interesting timeout. I don't think they'll hold it for a minute.
Boy, 2 guys on the near side, and they nearly throw it away, as you saw Stuckey ducking. And then he steps out, gets the basketball, and hits his second three. He has 8. And it's a 2-point lead now for Bethesda.
6 threes by Bethesda in this half. That's the difference for them. That's what's got them over the hump and fighting back.
And I remind you again, it was a double-digit lead earlier for Crawfordsville. And now they're down by 2 with the basketball, but they have turned the ball over a lot. That'll be a foul a long way away from the basket. They're going to get Carter Thornton on the foul.
Yeah, now you got the crowd in it too. The cheerleaders getting the student section and the young fans in it with the little defensive chant. But that's a tough foul there to Carter Thornton, stopping the clock and putting Morgan at the line.
And by the way, Morgan has not scored so far tonight. He averages just under 10 points per game. And he misses the front end of the 1-and-1. So now let's see if the Patriots will play for the final shot here in the first half with a 2-point lead. This is Ferguson. He came off the bench, really gave the Patriots a spark, as he will now hold the dribble out front.
And Troy, he knows that he has that advantage, that quickness advantage. That's why they're not afraid. He's got guard skills, and then you have Crawfordsville big man on him. That's why they'll try to chase and do that run and jump trap.
And stepping on the sideline is going to be Stuckey in a turnover with 8.6 remaining. Well, I tell you what, they got away with, I think, a little bit of a walk there by Ferguson, but then I think they kind of panicked right there.
Kind of panicked, got a deflection, and Stuckey, I don't think, kind of found it in the corner, but wasn't really ready for it. And so as he got his feet ready, just stepped on the sideline. Plenty of time here for Crawfordsville to get a good shot.
Jesse Gehring will come into the ball game, and the shot is on the way, missed, and the tip-up is good, and we're going to go to the locker room. Or was that off the bottom of the net?
I think it went in.
I did too, and I thought maybe it was Wallace who tipped it in. If Wallace did, he now has 7, and we will go to the locker room. And we'll see if the official's going to make sure there that it is correct, and I believe it is. Yes, so we're tied at 28 here at halftime. Once the basket was confirmed for Mekhi Wallace, he has 7. We will come back with your halftime update in just a couple of moments. This is high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
Today, greed, selfish interest, and barefaced corruption seem all the fashion. America needs great men of tolerance who can give honest debate to the great issues of the day. I've seen mostly squabbling, men squandering their time, being wolves to one another. Yet, I'm not without hope. We still have Freemasonry. Yes, the same Freemasons that helped create this country have always provided great men when needed. And today, in every city and town in America, Freemasonry is still providing that special place where young men can find their greatness and accomplished men can give something back. Yes, in this time of great hope, it is my hope that America will see that Freemasonry is a national treasure that cannot be separated from our country's future.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
I'm Keith Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
There's no greater anti-poverty measure than to give a person a job. That helps them start to change that trajectory.
Morales Group is a full-service staffing company that provides temporary labor in the Indianapolis, Central Indiana market.
It was a challenge that was given by my father. He wanted me to give back much more than I had been.
Then I realized that when he said more, he wanted me to see how I could give more. And it wasn't just in money, but in time and in services. And that's how the Morales Group was created.
I started off at Morales Group as an intern. I interned for 3 years before going on full-time staff here. What I love most about Morales Group is that big family aspect. I come from a big family in Mexico, and since the company is continuously growing, I feel like there's always a new member of the family that I get to know.
We're willing to give. We're willing to serve others, and we're not expecting something in return.
Come talk to us. We would love to work with you.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to IHSAAfoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
You want a sports degree that is beyond the game? A degree that immerses you from day one and launches you into the business side of sports. With a sports management major from IUPUI's School of Health and Human Sciences, you'll have insider access to sports professionals and will learn from faculty with years of teaching and industry experience. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to launch your sport industry career.
You know, when Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage. Logan Street Signs and Banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Back once again here at Bethesda Christian. The Patriots and the Athenians tied at 28. Clark, I tell you what, you look at that first half, I think we saw a little bit of everything from good inside play, a lot of good three-point shooting. We saw switching of defenses. We saw one team forcing another team over 9 times. We saw a 10-point lead plus Crawfordsville and Bethesda Christian coming back several times.
What a great first half, man! A lot of drama, a lot of theater. Certainly, a lot of different people stepping up. Sam Malagan had leading all scorers with 12 points there for Bethesda, doing a great job of hitting threes, of creating offense, of getting into the paint, and making it hard for Crawfordsville. I thought Crawfordsville start the game in that zone defense was very beneficial to them. I'd like to see, or it'll be interesting to see if they go back to that here to start the second half, Troy.
Well, you mentioned Malagan. Sam Malagan had 12 points to lead all scorers here tonight. Luke Stuckey finished with 8, Jamison Chapman with 6, and DeMonte Ferguson with 2. So they had 4 players, but on the other side, 6 different players for Crawfordsville got into the scoring column, led by Alex Kellerman with 8.
And from the volleyball line.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
That was a deep three. He's hit 2 threes and knocked in a couple of free throws. I think Crawfordsville's got to find that balance again, start going back down low. It was really successful with Hernandez and Wallace in there at the beginning. The second quarter, it seemed like they mixed up who was in there. Again, changes here from both coaching staffs, see what adjustments are made. And this big third quarter here, at the beginning of a third quarter, those first 2 or 3 minutes will tell us a lot about how the game's going to end up.
Clark, you see that young man there to the right, number 11, and Hensley, of course, coming into this ball game, a 47% shooter. He is averaging nearly 15 per ball game. Is he maybe the biggest key, though, in the second half to really get him going offensively?
Oh, I think that's one thing that he can do. With his size and athleticism and speed, and he doesn't force things, so he lets the game come to him, which I think is impressive, and that's what he's got to understand this second half. Don't force it. You're going to get yours. Play through the flow of the game. His teammates will look for him. He can hit the three. He can make those post cuts and get to the basket. So I look for him to maybe be a little bit more aggressive here at the beginning of this quarter.
And the other key, will Sam Milligan stay out of foul trouble? He had to sit for a while in that second quarter with the 2 fouls, and so far we'll see how he does here in the third.
And he's been effective in both quarters, not just one or the other. He was a big scoring punch and provided a lot of juice for his team.
Well, a turnover for the Patriots right out of the chute. By the way, DeMonte Ferguson will start in the second half now for the Patriots. Yeah, take a look at that one. That was one of those ideas right there. Hensley had an open spot over there and probably should have reversed it. We've got a whistle and a foul. As you see, Kellerman will go to the line and see who they got here on the foul. Looked like that might have been Ferguson.
A nice play by Kellerman to take it to the basket. And once you've hit a couple of jump shots, they're going to close out on you. So that's a nice time to do a shot fake and drive to the basket. Kellerman was able to do that and avoid the charge.
Kellerman now with 9. He's now 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Crawfordsville now back up by 1. Second one is on the way. It is good. And one thing they really have done well tonight is hit the free throws.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that always does it.
No, they have. They've been very effective from the free throw line, and that's also a product of getting the ball inside.
This will be Ferguson on the post. Backdoor cut in the corner. Here's the 3 on the way. That's good. Jamison Chapman hits his third three-pointer of the night. He has 9.
He likes that corner shot, and again, that's the defense being sucked into the ball being in the paint on the dribble, and it forces that pass outside. And Chapman's ready to shoot. He loves that corner shot. That's the third one, as you said, that he's hit for tonight.
And Bethesda now with a 1-point lead. They had to delay a game warning, I believe, just moments ago on Bethesda Christian as they touched the basketball as it came through the hoop. So here's Morgan. Gets the screen, and Hernandez will receive out front. Here's a 3 on the way. That one's going to be off the mark by Kellerman, and the rebound by Milligan.
Oh, that was a tough shot. Hand in his face and from deep. Good defense there by Bethesda.
Ferguson trying to hit the 3 the other way. He misses. Kellerman with a rebound, and that'll be Morgan across the timeline. So now Crawfordsville down by 1. About 2 minutes into this quarter. Hensley with the basketball, works it around the perimeter. Here's Morgan. His shot is off the mark, and the rebound by Milligan. That is Sam Milligan, who we'd mentioned with the 2 fouls, drives in, and he gets hammered and will go to the line for 2 as he went down hard. And the foul there on Kellerman, I do believe.
What a great hesitation dribble there by Sam Milligan. He had even chopped and stutter-stepped his feet. We call that hesitation dribble that you would work on in the summertime, right? A great way just to stop and go, got the defender off, and able to shot fake, get and draw the foul.
So Milligan at the line tonight, 2 for 2. Nice follow through. He now has 13. He does lead all scorers. In fact, there are 2 players in double figures. Let's take another look at it right here. Oh, this is actually the 3 hit by Chapman a few moments ago. Second free throw is good by Milligan, now with 14. And Bethesda leading it by 3. Now they're going to come out and jump up front.
I like the changing in defenses. I think that's great coaching to change up that strategy. Throw a curveball at them when they're not expecting something. That's a great coaching move. And now they back out of it and go back to their man-to-man.
This has been a big swing in favor of Bethesda since that early double-digit lead by Crawfordsville. As you take a look at Hensley, tried the crossover dribble, ball on the floor. He will go to the floor. Sam Milligan on the floor, and the jump ball will stay right here. But then that possession error will change back to the Patriots.
Good defensive pressure. I tell you, Luke Stuckey, I know he has 8 points, but he's an open knockdown 3 shooter, but he's done a great job playing defense tonight.
Boy, off the inbound, Hensley hits the bucket. Sweet shot from the right side. He now has 5. Boy, some teams have the inbound play where they want to score. Some have it where they just want to inbound, but that was definitely one to score.
And to get Hensley maybe going, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Calling his number. Ooh.
Ferguson back the other way. DeMonte now with 4.
That was impressive.
That young man came off the bench, and again, starting here in the second half, there's the 10th turnover now for Crawfordsville. Ferguson thought about the 3 there. They're working on the right wing. Sam Milligan with the basketball. He sees an opening, drives down the lane. A foul, though, on Zaire Morgan. He'll pick up his first and will inbound underneath the basket.
Anytime that ball on offense gets to the middle of the floor, good things happen. As we see this step back, nice little jab step. You get the defender off balance and create some space. Nice jump shot there by DeMonte Ferguson for his second field goal.
He, by the way, a senior, one of the few seniors on this team for the Patriots. In the corner, Milligan, shot fake, drive, spins, off the glass, and good. Sam Milligan now with 16.
Spin cycle, great move, went to his left hand, spun him back to get to his dominant side, used the glass. Nice job, Sam Milligan.
By the way, that 5-point lead, the biggest lead of the ball game now for the Patriots here in the third. The lob underneath, ball on the floor, but stepping out of bounds, and that's just unfortunate right there for Isaac Milligan, because otherwise he would have had a steal.
And you can tell the Bethesda Christian defense, the intensity's ramped up. They're getting a lot of deflections, which is leading to loose balls, starting to get some of those 50-50 balls, and it's able to make a difference.
Off the inbound, here is Kellerman. He passed up a 3, drives, misses the shot. Ball goes out of bounds on the baseline. It will be off of the Patriots, and so the Athenians will keep the basketball.
Good hustle there by both players to go after the ball.
Well, I tell you what, that inbound, I thought Kellerman, the way he's been shooting the ball, that they kind of left him wide open there on the wing.
Yeah, I thought he was going to let that one go myself.
So here's a change now as Carter Thornton will come into the ball game, and Sam Milligan, who was down on the floor, will now come out. So we'll see how this plays in. Right now, a 5-point lead as he steps out of the lineup.
Very good point, Troy. Milligan's been a lot for this Patriot ball club all night.
So it'll be Crawfordsville basketball. And the spin and the traveling call against Wallace. They got him earlier tonight. They'll get him on this one.
Right idea, just drug that pivot foot. When you're a big guy and you get that ball below your waist, those little guards get in there and make you, and they become the same size as you basically, and they're closer to the ground, makes it tough.
This is Thornton with the basketball now for the Patriots. Good look at Ferguson. Hit a jump shot moments ago. Working outside now to Chapman, and the drive and the shot.
Nice shot there by Stuckey.
Yeah, Stuckey now with 10. And it's now a 7-point lead for Bethesda.
Well, Troy, we talked early in the game about Crawfordsville playing in all these close games and how their senior leadership kind of might shine through. Hey, you're in a pickle now, down 7 with under 3:30 left in the third.
Timeout on the floor. It'll be a full timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. This is high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Well, we'll see what Crawfordsville has in store as you see a young head coach John Grubaum's there for Bethesda Christian. He has his team playing well right now here in the third.
He's doing a nice job of mixing up his defenses, and his kids are playing hard, and that's a good compliment for any coach. When your kids go out there and play hard, you can tell the intensity on defense is picked up, and good recognition there for his kids.
You know, Crawfordsville nearly turned the ball over once again as they will hold possession right here. Hernandez at the top. As you see him run that flex offense, and here's Morgan. He has not scored tonight. Nice entry pass, and wide open underneath is Hensley. And Hensley now with 7.
Yeah, second bucket here in the third quarter. Let's see if that can get him going a little bit. Cuts the lead down to 5.
A whistle, and what do we have here? Looks like we have a foul call. That's going to go against Carter Thornton. Must have shimmied him a little bit,
Must have gave him the arm bar to kind of create some space is the only thing I can think of, Troy. I really didn't see it, but the official called that nice break for Crawfordsville.
By the way, there'll be a turnover there for Bethesda Christian. That is now 6 turnovers being the offensive foul. Here's Hernandez, top of the key. As they continue that flex offense, working it through, screening and down screening. Good look at Kellerman out front. And once again, it'll be Hernandez. Now here's Morgan. They have not gotten him on track yet. He has not scored in this ball game, and he's one of their leading scorers. That is Hernandez crossing the lane, and he's going to be fouled by Ferguson.
Good throw. Kellerman to lead Hernandez to the basket, caught the ball, and Ferguson just rode his hip and reached over and committed the foul. Looks like more patience here by Crawfordsville the last couple possessions and making sure they're running their offense and getting what they're wanting.
Nice inbound there to Kellerman, who lays it in. Kellerman now with 12. It is now back to a 3-point ball game as we're under 2 minutes remaining in the third. That is Stuckey. That one too hard off the glass, and the rebound by Hensley.
Troy, now you kind of wonder how long is it going to be until Sam Malagan can get back in the game.
Exactly. He's been out for the last couple of minutes. He went down hard on the baseline just a little bit ago, and he has not come back since. But, you know, they played well without him in that second quarter and, in fact, ended up getting back in the ball game and taking the lead. So they know right now they can play this one tonight if they need to without him, but I'm sure they'd rather have him. There's a drive in the basket, good, and a foul as Hensley will have the and one.
Good aggressive drive by Hensley, and it was a nice, strong move. He was able to kind of jump stop between two defenders, go up strong. As you see, he gets jump stops right there between two defenders, goes up through the contact, and gets an and one opportunity. Could tie this game after being down 7 just, two minutes ago.
That's right, and I think they got Isaac Malagan for the foul as Sam Malagan back in the ball game.
Yeah, he's been your go-to guy all night.
Hensley misses the free throw. He's missed 2 of the 3 free throws he has shot tonight. As we come up on the 1-minute mark here in the third, and Bethesda still holding on to a 1-point lead. That is Sam Malagan with the basketball. They're going to spread the floor a little bit right here. Stuckey, double figures tonight with 10. Once again, it'll be Ferguson.
It looks like the Patriots are really in no hurry to get a shot up, so maybe content to run this clock all the way down from 1:30 when they had the ball.
There again, Sam Malagan. And he's got the kind of quickness he could probably take Morgan. Clock, you see, now down to 34 seconds. Isaac Malagan now will hand it back to Ferguson. And there's a lot of room in there to maneuver, isn't there?
A lot of room. Just change directions. You can go right down the lane, and a lot of things open up for you.
And even if anybody collapses on you, so you know somebody's open. Down to 12 seconds. Start to make your move here. Will they start it at about 8? Now they're going to wait even longer. Now down to 5. Malagan, the crossover, the drive, fadeaway shot, no good. The tip out, and the final shot, no. And we will head to the fourth quarter. Bethesda on top of this one, 39-38. This is high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
There you see it right now. Bethesda Christian with a 1-point lead, and Crawfordsville coming out. You know, we talked so much about what happened early in the ball game, and then things switched in the second, very even in the third. This thing may come down to whoever has the basketball last.
And little things will make a difference. Jump balls, on that alternating possession, hitting free throws, which we've seen a lot tonight. Both teams have knocked down free throws at a really good clip. So, it's going to be an exciting finish. You got to take care of the basketball, limit turnovers, do rebounding. It's all those little things that add up to a big victory.
So Patriots will have the basketball, and that is Sam Malagan. Malagan right now with 16 points, leading all scorers here this evening. Ferguson getting some extended playing time here in the second half. He did not start tonight, but did start the second half.
Yeah, I don't think he's come out in the second half.
Yeah, he's been in the ball game. Yeah, you're right, the whole time. Ferguson launches that one, missed it, and I think we have a foul call after the shot against Crawfordsville. And they're going to get Alex Hernandez
on the block out.
Got to give the gentleman a chance to come down.
Now, Troy, would this be a okay?
I don't know. That's a tough call, too, isn't it?
That's a tough call. Well, normally when you see that, that's like as they're coming down from the shot and they would get free throws. So that's why I was kind of wondering where that was my question for you, was if there would be free throws for that kind of situation.
Yeah, that was a tough call right there. Nice spin by Ferguson, and he'll go to the line for two.
Well, that 5-out philosophy, able to use Ferguson's quickness. Got by the defender. Nice spin move to get to his strong hand again away from the defense and gets the foul.
Boy, you'd kind of like to see him maybe do a little bit more, wouldn't you? Great athlete like he is.
He can. Well, he had that step-back jumper, too, that we saw earlier, which I thought was very impressive as well. So he's got a lot of game to him.
Let's take a look at Ferguson once again. Yeah.
And just look at the spacing there on that replay James showed us of Bethesda. Great spacing allows that to happen because the middle of the court is wide open.
That second free throw no good. Still a 2-point lead. Morgan gives up the basketball, skip pass it around the perimeter. Baseline drive by Corsi, wide open on the right wing. Missing that shot is Hensley. Ball goes out of bounds and back over to the Patriots.
I think that was good play on both ends. I thought Crawfordsville made the right passes and they got a good shot and good block out there by Bethesda to earn the possession back.
So now Bethesda with a 2-point lead. Off the screen, Malagan had a one-on-one opportunity, kicks it to Ferguson. His shot's off the mark. He's missed his last couple of shots, and now back the other way once again. Morgan still has not scored tonight, averaging just under 10 per game, and he missed that one. So far, just not his night. That is Malagan. Loses the basketball. 7th turnover tonight by Bethesda Christian. Here come the Athenians once again. Morgan missed it. Rebound Hernandez, and he's going to be fouled on the way up.
Nice job by Hernandez to be able to shot fake DeMonte Ferguson. The tall, long, athletic Ferguson got his arms to come down, and that's what the official called. Was able to go to the free throw line, see if he can tie this up. He's 1 for 1 from the line from the first half.
Looks like Ferguson just picked up number 3. Hernandez has not scored since that opening quarter in which he had 5. He does hit that one now 2 for 2. and a chance to tie it right here. Carter Thornton back in the ball game now for the Patriots. Hernandez's second free throw's on the way. That one rims in and out. So we'll stay uneven at 40-39. Sam Milligan had to sit a little bit in that second quarter and then took a hard fall in that third quarter, so he's missed some valuable playing time here tonight. Offensive foul called against Jamison Chapman.
Good job by the official. That's been a consistent call for them all night, whether you agree or disagree with him. But I think that one was a good job there as far as Kellerman getting in position and able to take that charge off the pass.
So that'll be 8 turnovers now for the Patriots, 10 turnovers tonight by the Athenians, and now you see the Patriots going to extend that zone.
And this is where the size of the Athenians come in as an advantage as well. They can see over that defense.
Kellerman, by the way, passed up the 3 and hits the runner. Well, that's twice Kellerman's had the ball over there and passed it up.
He might not like that corner shot. It's not a sweet spot. The volleyball line didn't go that far.
That's right. Got another foul here on the Patriots. And they're going to get Zaire Morgan, take that back. Foul was on Morgan of the Athenians. There you just saw the replay of Kellerman. See if they'll try to hit the corner. Nothing there as you get a good look at Sam Milligan. Now it'll be Chapman. Chapman has certainly a quickness advantage there in the corner. Here's a shot on the way. Good. Bucket good by Isaac Milligan. That's his first bucket of the night. He has 3.
And what a time to get your first bucket. 5 minutes to go and give your team back a lead by 2. Nice step in 3 there by Isaac Milligan. Big time shot.
So a 2-point lead, Crawfordsville basketball. Here's Morgan. He'll play catch out front with Hensley. Morgan will dump it in the corner to Corsi. His 3's off the mark. Isaac Milligan with a rebound. He's going to take it himself as Carter Thornton gets the basketball, and they'll bring it back out front to Chapman for 3. And Jamison Chapman, his 4th 3-pointer of the night, and another timeout on the floor by Crawfordsville.
What a great job by Bethesda of turning defense into offense. Ball doesn't stick. It keeps moving. Find Jamison Chapman at the top of the key for his 4th 3 of the night.
We'll take a timeout. This is high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
I'm Keith Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
Who was it? We're back once again here at Bethesda Christian High School. Ball loose, and the 3 just hit moments ago for Crawfordsville, so it is actually a 2-point ball game, 46-44. And Bethesda Christian with a basketball as we're at 3:45 remaining. Good ball movement again. Here's Thornton off the drive, nothing available, kicks it in the corner. Milligan back outside to his brother Sam, and we'll set it up now to Chapman at the elbow.
Good patience here, Troy, by Bethesda. Just as I say that, they kind of forced a turnover, but they were really patient there, trying to get exactly what they wanted.
Kellerman, skip pass will find Morgan. Here's Corsi between the circles, and now they'll set it back to Morgan. Now Morgan looking underneath as he terminates the dribble. Back again to Kellerman. He's going to bypass some outside shots. Nice drive and gets it to Wallace for 2.
Yeah, ran the elevator play for him. Sent him across screen and then ran the elevator play through a double screen. Kellerman caught it and was able to drive to the basket. Wallace's defender helped, left him open for the give.
Tied at 46. We mentioned it's probably going to come down to who has the last possession. The drive there by Milligan. Here's Chapman. Nice spin. Finds room. Left it a little bit short off the rim. And it will be Crawfordsville basketball.
Got what you wanted. You got a shot at the rim. You were taking Micaiah Wallace off the dribble. It was a good play by Chapman. Just couldn't finish and get it over the rim.
Well, that's a downtown three missed there by Kellerman. As we head the other way, we've got a timeout on the floor. This time Bethesda Christian calls the timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Want to remind you tonight's game is brought to you in part by Family Source Insurance. They have you covered, whether it be auto, home, life, or business. Make sure you contact Pat Cherry to get a quote at 317-884-8046. Look to Family Source Insurance for all of your insurance needs. 317-884-8046. You know what's amazing about the game of basketball? Let's take a look at this three-pointer here a couple of moments ago by Crawfordsville. Because that is Morgan. That's his first basket of the night, and it couldn't come at a better time. And I was about ready to say, you haven't really had your best game out of Morgan. You really probably haven't had your best game out of Hensley. It's been kind of up and down. Kind of think, boy, if those two guys were on tonight, what it might be, all right?
Right, absolutely. And that's a credit to Bethesda Christian as far as their defense and their scheme that they have as well. So it's going to be a great 2 minutes to see this contrast of styles. I think if you're Crawfordsville, don't settle for those long shots. Your strength is attacking the basket. And if you're Bethesda Christian, keep going downhill, keep attacking. That's what's been working for you.
Ferguson draws the double team, finds Milligan, and there's Isaac Milligan, another big three here in the fourth quarter.
Huge three, only 2 shots all game, and he's drilled them both at critical times. Gives the Patriots another 3-point lead.
Here's Morgan. Good look now at Hensley, swings it to Wallace, back to Hensley. Corsi will now give it to Kellerman. 90 seconds remaining in this one. Here's Morgan. Gets the high screen from Wallace. Morgan drives back to Corsi. Got the defender in the air. Finds Morgan. They left him wide open, and he nailed it. And how about Morgan?
From the same spot. It had the same look. Got him a little confidence now. Ball's gone through the hoop for him 2 times in a row.
Boy, how about that? You have Morgan, hadn't scored. He's got 6. You have Isaac Milligan, didn't score. He's got 6, and both big three-pointers.
Both big three-pointers at critical time. I think now Troy Bethesda is just content to hold on to that ball, keep for the last shot.
Well, right now you see the clock right there down to 46 seconds, and there will be a timeout called by the Patriots. And we're waiting to see if this will be a full timeout. It will be a full. We'll take a timeout as well. We're going to go right down to the wire in this one. This is high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
You sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself. It's something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Clark, if the foul is correct, and we're kind of trying to check on this, talk a little bit about what you see here late. If you are Crawfordsville, what do you do? And if you're Bethesda, what do you do?
Well, if you're Bethesda, much like you played out the end of the third quarter, run that clock down. You can kind of hold the ball and then get into whatever you want to run so that you have the last shot. That way you know that you're not going to lose the game. If you're Crawfordsville and you have 5 fouls, you got a foul to give. That if I'm coaching Crawfordsville, I'd say as soon as they get in their motion toward the basket in under 10 seconds, then I would commit that foul. And then that way they have to start kind of all over, and it kind of throws them out of rhythm, so to speak.
Well, right now it'll be Patriots basketball, and we're down to the final 30 seconds. Sam Milligan with the ball out front now to Stuckey. Both those guys hit some big shots, but lately it's been Isaac Milligan with those 2 big threes. And we've got a foul call out front. Boy, that's a tough one against Morgan.
Well, there's your foul to give. Now, You have options if you're Bethesda, because DeMonte Ferguson feels like he can get to the basket whenever he wants. Sam Milligan, he's one that's been the leader tonight. Isaac Milligan's hit some nice wide-open shots that have been critical. So has Jameson Chapman with 4 threes. So you've got options. I'd get something going to the basket. Maybe you can draw a foul. And obviously, if you're Crawfordsville, you got to rebound this basketball.
Here is Sam Milligan. Looks now for Ferguson. Ferguson loses it. 5 seconds on the clock. Back to Milligan at the top for 3 off the front of the rim. And timeout called by Crawfordsville with just 1 second remaining.
Good defense by Crawfordsville, able to switch and cause a little confusion out there on the perimeter. They got the rebound that they needed. They're going to call a full timeout with 1 second left.
We'll take a timeout as well. We're only 1 second away from overtime. This is high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
All right, Clark, I'm going to give you the chance to be the head coach right here for Crawfordsville. What do you want to see him do?
Well, you got 1.2 seconds. You got the length of the floor, so I would throw it all the way down the court, because even if it's intercepted, there's really not much chance of Bethesda doing something with it. If you can get it going to the basket, if you can catch it while you're running to the basket, that's the best scenario. With 1.2, you have at least one dribble that you can before you need to shoot. So hopefully those kids know that, so they don't have to hurry and shoot.
And he has to be stationary on the throw-in to midcourt, the turn, and that's going to be partially blocked by Chapman, and that's going to do it. We will head to overtime. It's Crawfordsville and Bethesda tied at 49. This is high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Back here at Bethesda Christian, we're going to take a look at a couple of the big threes that were shot there in that fourth quarter that made this overtime possible. This is Isaac Milligan.
Ball just comes from the inside out. Good play there. Also, unselfish play by DeMonte Ferguson. And here you have another driving kick opportunity. Zaire Morgan is able to regather himself from the same spot he hit his first three. Got him some confidence, got him that sweet spot, able to knock his second one down.
Boy, it just shows you can go through 3 quarters, 3.5 quarters, and still make an impact.
You certainly can.
Tip will be won by Crawfordsville as we begin the overtime of 4 minutes. Now let's see who will take command in this one. So many times you see the team that gets out to a fast start in the OT ends up winning these ball games. So this first possession so important, but there's a turnover. How about Sam Malagan once again stepping into the passing lane? That'll be 11 turnovers now for Crawfordsville.
He just has a knack for getting the ball. As Morgan goes down, Malagan's able to recognize it, turn and hit a jumper.
Well, that's a great shot. Malagan able to recognize his defender, ends up falling down and gets another big basket. Crawfordsville now down by 2. Entry pass to Morgan. Morgan in there, a little bit of an area. He can't be very comfortable with those big bodies down low. This is Hernandez. Morgan off the screen on the left side from Corsi.
Just running that flex offense, Troy. You get a lot of back screen, down screen, looking for a mismatch or someone kind of reacting slow for an easy basket. Nice patience here by Crawfordsville, but also good defense by Bethesda. With the flex offense, you got to really be able to communicate and talk with your teammates and let them know when the screen's coming and where they're going.
This is Corsi on the right wing, lob underneath, and reverse layup. No good by Hensley. Had a really good opportunity to tie the ball game.
And good job by DeMonte Ferguson of helping down from the perimeter, sliding down. He made Hensley go to the other side and try to do a reverse, kind of maybe threw him off just enough that he couldn't finish.
So now it'll be Patriots basketball, and they can now afford to run a little clock.
With their guard-dominated, perimeter-dominated style, this plays well into their hands.
Good look out front, Stuckey. Stuckey, 10 points. Not scoring that fourth quarter. Ball loose on the baseline, and a whistle and a foul. That's going to go against the Patriots. Well, and that's a tough one right there for the Patriots as they will get Isaac Malagan on the foul, his second. So let me ask you a little bit about that, if I may. You know, Chapman starts that penetration. Was that a good decision, or maybe you'd like to think come back out?
He was just a little out of control. If he would have come maybe to a jump stop, I think he could have maybe made that play. He just got going a little bit too fast. I think the idea was right. You want to keep scoring, but you also kind of want to be smart in those situations. So if he could have come to a jump stop, I think he would have been able to make the play. You can't fault him, though. I think he had the right idea. Got a little out of control, and that caused the turnover.
Corsi at the line hits the free throw. He's now 2 of 2 from the line here tonight. He has 4 points, and it's back to a 1-point ball game. Second free throw is good as well. Coming into the ball game, you see Mekhi Wallace back in.
And this is a situation, Troy, where a lot of times you go offense for defense, right? Especially if there's foul trouble. Maybe not so much in this situation, but you could with maybe if you're Crawfordsville, want both your big guys in there at the same time.
Well, it will be Bethesda Christian basketball, tied at 51, down to 1:40 to go.
And they went back to the zone all the way since the first quarter.
And you're surprised by that they didn't stay with it a little longer.
Well, if you take the score quarter by quarter, Crawfordsville wins the first quarter with their zone 17-13. The rest of the game is really led by Bethesda Christian. They win the second quarter by 4, the third quarter by 1. So, I was a little surprised they didn't stick with it. I thought it was effective.
Yeah, I did too. Ferguson nearly lost the basketball there for the Patriots as they continue to work it around the perimeter. Malagan trapped in the corner, and a quick timeout called by Bethesda Christian. I can tell you right now that's going to be a full timeout. We'll talk about it when we come back. We're tied at 51. This is high school basketball in IndianaSRN.
We're back from that timeout. I was about ready to say.
You were right on it, Joey.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about that. Ball goes into the corner, and you let that double team come.
You've got a sideline, you got a baseline, and you got 2 6'4", 6'5" guys coming at you. Excellent timeout by Coach Grubaums in terms of trying to give his team another chance, because that wasn't a very good situation there. So hopefully he's coached him up a little bit. Against the zone, you want to get the ball in the middle, but let's see. It looks like Crawfordsville changed up and goes back to man-to-man. You got 1:03 left.
So inbound deep in the corner here. They have to give him 6 feet off that baseline in order to inbound, no matter where that timeout is called down in that deep corner. But, boy, good hands there to knock it out of bounds. By the way, that is Luke Stuckey, who's inbounding the basketball. So 60 seconds remaining in the first overtime. I like your philosophy, too. I want to take something to the rim.
Take it to the rim. You can always get a jump shot, I think, and a jump shot's easy. Don't settle. And here it looks like they changed defenses right in the middle of the possession, which is – you can do that with a senior-laden ball club, right?
You sure can. A little 1-3-1 going here.
Yep, a little 1-3-1 and trying to, again, force a bad pass.
Good look out front. Sam Milligan gives it back once again to Chapman. How long will they wait here? Or boy, it's awful dangerous right here. Dangerous turning that ball over.
And you don't want to foul if you're Crawfordsville. You got them on the ropes right now. You got them kind of 30, 40 feet away from the basket here.
By the way, the hot hand Isaac Milligan in the right corner. You have Stuckey in the left corner. And then, of course, you have Sam Milligan out front. Here's Ferguson. Throws up a wild shot. Missed it. Rebound Crawfordsville. And guess what? We will go to our second overtime. Crawfordsville, Bethesda Christian, tied at 51. This is high school basketball on IndianaSRN. Well, there you see some of the fans here tonight getting some free basketball. Now you're going to get a whole extra quarter.
Extra time. Maybe, hopefully, the concession stands threw them some of the leftover popcorn and hot dogs to keep them fed and entertained as we go to this second double overtime period. Troy, we got a doozy going.
You know what's unfair about this is that, Clark, you and I, and of course our staff, we're not going to get paid extra. The officials don't get paid extra. That doesn't seem quite right, does it?
It's unfair. It's unfair, but nevertheless, we'll trudge on and do the best that we can. It's been a great game, back and forth. I've loved the chess match. I'm a big fan of all the coaching moves and the changing defenses and the offense and the coaches have done a really nice job of just trying to coach their teams to victory.
Crawfordsville won the tip in the first overtime. They win the tip in this one. Missing down low as Hensley gets it back, and a foul called. They may get Isaac Milligan on this one. It's going to send Crawfordsville to the free throw line, and Milligan picked up his third.
Well, good action there by Crawfordsville, getting Hensley to the block. Wasn't able to finish, and you can tell as he got the rebound and went back and got fouled, the frustration, that he seems to have all night, and he missed a free throw.
He has missed 3 of 4 tonight from the line. And they were hitting free throws very well in that first half, and in the second half hasn't been just as good. So this young man right here back in for number 2. He'll get that one. He is now in double figures with 10. Coursey back in and Morgan out.
Yeah, a little offense for defense here, trying to get a little bit bigger. Maybe they'll start controlling those rebounds, trying to get a little more length on those shooters as well. So Coursey does a nice job of not fouling and being long.
Oh. Yeah, last time I checked, you can't do that. And now certainly the argument is he thought it got touched, that being Milligan, but I don't think that was the case.
Well, even if it gets touched, doesn't it have to hit the floor?
Yes.
He has to hit the floor so he can start dribbling. So good job. Of course, he done his job really well. Created a turnover. Morgan comes back in for that offense-defense.
So here are the Athenians with the basketball and a 1-point lead in our second overtime. And a takeaway right there coming right back will be Milligan. Didn't let that last turnover bother him whatsoever. Stuckey dumps it in the corner now to Ferguson. Once again, here's Isaac Milligan.
Yeah, he didn't pout about it, did he? He made something. He turned it into something positive and made a play. Good job, Sam Milligan.
Under 3 minutes now, double overtime. I don't think our graphics go to 3 overtime, so it has to stop here. Here's Ferguson. Going one-on-one. Will drive off the glass and good. DeMonte Ferguson.
Well, I like the offensive play. They cleared out a whole side for him to be able to work and do his magic. And boy, did he perform there.
This is Morgan now to Kellerman. Kellerman takes a quick look at the bench, goes back to Morgan. Coming off that low screen, Hensley at the elbow, and now you'll get a look at Wallace. One thing about this flex, those big guys get a chance to come out and receive the ball out front, don't they?
They certainly do. We got a moving screen.
Well, that was a 3 made by Morgan, but I think Crawfordsville called a timeout. Ooh. And so that wipes out the 3 by Morgan, and it's going to be a full timeout. Bethesda leading it by 1 in our second overtime. This is high school basketball in IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
You know, as a coach, Clark, that's just such a tough thing to do. You want the timeout right there. You get the timeout, and Morgan hits the 3, and you're just like, oh.
Right. You need a mulligan in that situation.
Exactly.
You're trying to do what's best for your team. And obviously, you can't predict that Morgan's going to hit that 3, and he drilled it. So, if anything else, Morgan saw the ball go in the basket again, maybe give him some more confidence.
Well, he hit a couple of big shots in that fourth quarter. That's Morgan coming off that down screen. It was Kellerman who set that screen. Here's Hensley. Will it be Hensley? Will it be Morgan who's going to come up with a big shot right here?
They got Hensley looking toward the bench with a little 4 low, maybe get a little ball screen and try to have him go downhill. Hensley
stops, fadeaway jumper, good. That's why Hensley, the senior, gets the ball in a big moment like this.
Nice control, was able to go to his strong side, come to that jump stop. We did that earlier. He was under control with that jump stop, was able to kind of give himself some room and some space and knock it down.
We stay at odds right here at 54-53. Here's a 3 the other way, no good by Sam Milligan. And we have a rebounding foul called against Isaac Milligan.
Isaac Malagan was just trying to hustle after that rebound. You shoot long threes, you get long rebounds, and he got called for the foul.
Watch this shot here by Hensley. The stop. Great shot.
The tendency for that, when you have that turnaround fadeaway, is leave that short. So especially in a double overtime game, really impressive by Hensley to get that over the front of the rim.
We head back to the free throw line. I believe this is Alex Kellerman. And he missed the front end of the 1-and-1, but the offensive rebound, no, by Wallace. Oh, my.
Oh, and that would have made it a 3-point game. Wow, Wallace did a nice job of crashing the boards on that offensive rebound.
And a timeout called before the tie-up is called by the Patriots. And, boy, great job by Cale Corsi to get in there. And I believe we've got another full timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Double overtime, 1-point ball game. This is Indiana High School basketball and IndianaSRN. We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want. Well, we're going to do a little strategy down the line here with 59.5. You are Bethesda, you have the basketball. I'll ask you, Clark, do you want to try to hold it again like you did in earlier?
I think if it's me, I like to hold it until the end and shoot it, and that way if I miss, I can still foul and still have an opportunity. So maybe get something with about 10 seconds left, get a shot up, and that way if Crawfordsville does get the rebound.
There's a nice drive bucket, good by Ferguson.
Ferguson coming up big in this double overtime. That's his second bucket. And the tide has shifted again. Bethesda goes back on top. The crowd's excited.
We'll take a timeout. 55-54, double overtime. You see Ferguson on the finish. This is high school basketball in IndianaSRN.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
We are in double overtime, 40 seconds remaining. It will be Crawfordsville basketball, so I'll turn it back to you again. We thought what Bethesda might do. What do you do if you're Crawfordsville?
Well, you can't settle for jump shots. You have such a big size advantage. Keep going downhill, attacking the basket. But again, I'd like to leave a little bit of clock left.
Oh, my. There's a turnover, and that'll be number 13 on the Athenians, and none bigger than that one.
Well, they had the back door set up. You had Kellerman coming out, who's hit the three. Here it is on the back door. The pass is just down to his ankles, and you had help side coming over. It was a tough play to make, a little forced. Tough play to make for Crawfordsville. Good break by Bethesda. Now, you're perimeter oriented. You got guards. You can handle any kind of pressure that they have, so you just got to be strong with the ball and get ready to be fouled and knock down your free throws.
I'm not sure Ozzie Smith could have made that
that was
play.
A tough one, right?
It was. That was a tough blow pass. So now there's a foul, and that's going to put Ferguson. The foul called there on Hernandez. That'll be his third, and we're going to walk to the other end. And Now DeMonte Ferguson, who just hit a big shot moments ago, back to the line.
I don't mind that foul from Crawfordsville that early because you got to extend the game. You're behind. The clock is not in your favor. We'll see if Ferguson can do. I know he's already knocked down one free throw tonight, Troy, so let's see how he reacts in this big situation. He's the only senior on this team.
Yeah.
Time for him to step up here.
So many players have come up with big shots late in the ball game. The first one is on the way and good. None bigger than that one right now. Now a 2-point lead.
How about Ferguson in his second overtime, Troy? 5 points. All of Bethesda's points coming from Ferguson here.
We can go back to the Sam Milligan in the first half, Isaac Milligan in the fourth quarter, and now DeMonte Ferguson in the overtime hits number 2. And now 3-point lead. Let's see what the Athenians have left.
Well, if you go for 2, now's the time to just keep going downhill and attack.
Morgan guarded there by Isaac Milligan. Crawfordsville, opportunity from 3, no good by Kellerman. Ball loose, goes out of bounds. It'll be Patriots basketball.
Good scrappy defense by Bethesda. Was able to switch, hand up, make Kellerman take a tough shot. And they all blocked out as best they could. As you saw Jamison Chapman initiate that block out on Wallace, go up with all he could. There he is kind of hobbling away, playing his heart out.
By the way, it looked like Hernandez was the last to touch it for Crawfordsville. That is Stuckey who will inbound the basketball, 12.1. And, yep, you got a foul right away. Morgan just picked up his 4th, and that will put Sam Milligan at the line, and I hate to tell you this, if you're a Athenians fan, he's perfect tonight.
Yeah, he has 18 points, and he's done a little bit of everything. He's knocked down threes. He's been in passing lanes. He got deflections. He's broken down his defender to get assist to his brother in the corner. Big spot here. He needs one of these to drop.
And by the way, hasn't played the entire ball game. We mentioned he had the foul trouble, and then he got injured a little bit, so he has played well. And he had that big turnover, and then he came right back and got a steal.
He didn't sulk and didn't pout about it. Came back down and made a play to get the ball back for his team. Now listen how quiet.
It is very quiet here at Bethesda Christian High School. I'd rather have him make noise if I'm Sam, and that made me feel like I'm so alone up there. And he missed it. Ball tipped, and one more chance here now for Crawfordsville as Morgan comes across the timeline, calls a timeout. Boy, I tell you what, it happens every time. He hasn't missed all night long, and guess what? He misses.
Troy.
Cut it off. Will you just be quiet? Hey, I want to remind you, Basketball Weekly, an in-depth look at high school basketball every week. Yours truly and the coach, Keith Myers. We call him the Adonis now. Every Monday on IndianaSRN.org. It's also on the sports page. We have guests, upcoming schedules, analysis of all the games, and much more. Basketball Weekly every Monday night throughout the rest of the high school basketball season. Pretty soon we'll be talking about that girls' high school basketball draw. So
pretty soon, yeah. Just right around the corner here in a couple of weeks as the season winds down here for the girls' team and those girls' programs. We got 6 seconds remain. It's going to be interesting to see what Crawfordsville draws up here, Troy. Obviously, you need a 3. I'm someone that really doesn't like to foul in this situation. I'd just rather play really good defense, but we'll see what Bethesda chooses to do here from their coaching staff.
6.6 seconds remaining. Morgan will inbound. Morgan gets it back. Double team. Tries to force up the shot. Ball loose. The kick out at the buzzer. And no, and this one is over. And Crawfordsville had an opportunity to tie the ball game at the end of the second overtime. Well, I didn't think they were even going to get a shot off there for a moment when Morgan lost the ball.
I honestly looked at the clock to see if it stopped. I felt like that was a really long time. Great composure by Crawfordsville to not panic, get a shot up, just a little short. Great game.
We'll come back. The Family Source Insurance postgame show is next. This is high school basketball in IndianaSRN.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard. as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back here on the Family Source Insurance post-game show, you see the celebration by the Patriots, a big double overtime win tonight, 57-54. Before we announce the player of the game, want to remind you, things get started bright and early tomorrow morning. The Circle City Wrestling Tournament, the championships going on. Everything begins at 9 o'clock. Make sure you're there. If you can't be there, we'll have it for you right here on IndianaSRN. And then we have Providence, Cristo Rey, and Chittard at 2:30. By the way, that wrestling tournament will be at Chittard as well. And then Edgewood at Greencastle tomorrow night as well at 7:30. That's right, Clark's alma mater, Edgewood,
Mustangs,
looking for the big win tomorrow. All right, Clark, who do you think the player of the game ought to be?
You know, Troy, I'm looking at this stat line. You got Sam Milligan with 18. You got Luke Stuckey, who played excellent defense all night in double figures with 10. Jamison Chapman with 4 3-pointers. DeMonte Ferguson, 6 points in double overtime. Isaac Milligan with 6 points, huge in the fourth quarter. I say we just give it to all of them.
I agree. That was a great team win.
Great team win, great team effort. What a way to bounce back after your first loss against Tipton. Says a lot for the coaching staff, says a lot for those kids.
It was a great chess match all night long, double overtime. Bethesda Christian 57 and Crawfordsville 54. Clark, good to see you again, sir. Thank you as always.
Troy, always a pleasure.
Want to thank our crew tonight as well. James and Matt doing a great job. And by the way, James going to be up really early tomorrow, so we're going to get out of here. Final score 57-54 in double overtime. Thanks for being with us. This has been high school basketball on IndianaSRN.